Okay, says we're live, so we'll wait for a few minutes for people to start coming in. So if you're watching on YouTube, just scrub forward until something starts happening, and we'll get this party started. Yeah, so 23rd of March, you guys, a quarter of the year is almost over. Can't believe it. Can't believe it. Hey, Kat. Yeah, I've decided that you and Dee Dee are both freaking aliens. Hi, Ellen. So, yeah, because you're like magic. Magic. I was going to get my, the link for my channel. Kat had put it in like 15 minutes ago. Damn, girl. But, Kat, you are appreciated. For real. So, hi, Kathleen. Hi, Joanne. And I can't remember if I showed Joanne's Happy Mail or not, so I'm going to show it again because it's too good. Hi, Laverne. All right, we got people coming in, so stuff will start happening. And I could agree with you, but then we'd both be wrong. So don't expect agreement over here. Hey, Bossy Butt. So I'm going to wait until a few people come in, and then we'll get this party started because Dee Dee made an announcement at her channel this morning, and I'm going to go ahead and repeat it. And yeah. Hi, so much. You finished your scabby. Yay. All right, let's get you on the list. I was going to talk about that and say, hey, you guys, you need to let me know if you have finished 90 of the prompts. So let's get Laverne on the list. That's awesome. So far, 23 people have finished at least 90 of the prompts. So that's great. And that means the giveaway is probably up next Monday, right? Hi, Dee Dee. Let me go back. Make sure I got everybody. Hi, Christina. All right, let's catch up with the hellos. Dee Dee. Okay, Christina, I'll get you on there too. That's awesome. So now we're at 24. I'm obviously not going to finish, but I'm not eligible, so it doesn't really matter. Anybody else? I know it was a good stream this morning, Devin. Hey, Starla. Hi, Missy. Hi, Angie. Hope you're feeling better, Angie. Hey, Linda. Give Tim a hug. Your work. Get busy. You enjoyed the scabby so much, Ellen? Are you on here? Yeah, I've got you on here. You're number 10. Missy's still working on it. Good. I'm glad. That when people say that they're having fun or they're enjoying it, that just makes it all worthwhile. So, yeah. So we'll try and come up with a prize so that you're. I'll just go ahead and show. I did this last Monday, right? I got too much junk here everywhere. I need to move this. I'm going to knock it off. I know me. I'm too stupid to have drinks and stream at the same time. Hi, Chris. If called by a panther, don't answer. That's Ogden Nash. So I did this last Monday, and then Bossy Butt. Keep going. That's all you got to do, Angie. That's all you got to do is keep going. Bossy Butt mentioned I needed Pink Panther on there, and I hadn't even thought about it. But that's one of the cartoons that I had drawn for Inktober one year. So I just made a photocopy and cut him out and put the little Pink Panther on there. So that was a great idea, Bossy, but I don't mind taking your directions when it suits my fancy. Let's be honest. Anyway, yep, got it done. I didn't post it to Instagram. I took the photo. I just never actually carried through and put it on there. So, yeah, no big deal. No big deal. Hi, Brenda. I thought you said April 6th, the first Monday after. Okay, then it will be the 6th. I just hadn't looked at a calendar and didn't know, but yeah, you're right. Yours was bought in the 60s and it was beige. What's that, Laverne? What are you talking about? I missed something back here about colors. I have a question for my oldest craft friends. Back in the old days, they were all color sewing machines, or were they all black? I have my grandmother's, and it was black. I got rid of my really fancy one, and it was kind of an off-white ivory colored, and the one I have now is ivory colored. So, yeah, they started getting real fancy after a while, I guess. But anyway, so we've got 25 people here, and most of you are probably at Dee Dee's when she announced that we're asking y'all keep Terry Brett in your prayers. She got up Friday morning and found that her daughter had passed in the early mornings, and they had just gotten that new housing, and I'm assuming Christy was doing really well, and it was quite a shock to Terry, and she's broken. I'm broken. I can barely talk about it. So I did ask Terry for her new address, and she gave it to me and said that I could give it out to anybody who requested it. So if you feel like you want to send condolences to Terry, contact me either through my email, which is, I'll put it here in chat, and I will be passing her address on to you guys. And if you, I'm going to look into the next 2 days. I've had a really funky weekend. My air conditioning is out. It's been hot here. It's just been funky. So anyway, I'm going to look to putting something together, either a GoFundMe, PayPal account, something to help her defray some of the costs that she's going to be incurring as a result of it. And I did the same thing for Jen. The problem I'm having right now is I canceled my PayPal account, and I'm not sure how to set up a GoFundMe, but I think I'm going to attempt to do that. So hopefully by Wednesday, I'll have something set up that all of us can help Terry in whatever way we can. A card I know would be so appreciated. I'm not going to give it out on the airways. No, you're going to have to contact me directly to get Terry's address. But yeah, I won't do it on any social media that just goes out in the public. It's going to have to be a direct request. Normally we don't give out addresses to each other. It doesn't matter how well I know you. It's just one more way that, you know, your privacy can be protected, and I don't want to dox anybody, you know, like that's the worst thing you can do. So yeah, regardless whether you send a card, whether you're willing to contribute, whatever, keep Terry in your prayers. She definitely needs them. So yeah, my heart goes out to her, and she's already lost a son. So this is a blow. It's a blow. And I know each of you have lost people you love, so you know how devastating it can be. So yeah, I don't know what to say. I didn't know what to say to Terry. I think there are times in your life where you just don't know the right words. I think right now I'm in one of those places in my life. I can barely talk about it without just breaking down. So, yeah, if you need it, her address, you want to contribute, whatever, just get in touch with me, and we'll do our best to support Terry from afar. She did say that she is getting internet this week, last I knew, but she said I probably will stay away for a while. I think she needs to give herself time and space to heal. So, um, I don't want to inundate her. So, yeah. Yeah, and you lost your aunt on Friday. So yeah, but every day, like I was just talking to Dee Dee a few minutes ago, and I think it's so easy for each of us to forget that we might be having the best day of our life, but somebody out there is having the worst day of their life. So, um, the only thing I can say is take a moment and thank God for wherever you're in life, or if you're in a difficult position, take a minute to ask Him for help. I think that's all He wants from you, is to ask for help and be grateful. There you go. That's it in a nutshell. So, hi, Dorothy. All right, so we're going to go on and do some art. But yeah, if you feel like you want to talk, just send me a message over on IG. That's the best I can do. Where to start now? I showed you the scabby. I did get one happy mail. I don't think I showed this. I can't remember. I'm so funky. I can't remember what I did yesterday. My air conditioner went out, and my grandson said, "How old is that unit?" And I said, "Oh, about 10 years." He went out and opened it up, and it's 22 years old. You can't say anything, Joanne. That's the crazy thing is, and if I could have anything that I wanted right now, I would be in the United Kingdom, near enough to Terry that I could just be there for her. Bring her a meal, give her a hug. Just know that somebody is there to help her. And fortunately, she does have a brother, so she's not completely alone. But yeah, if I could have anything, I just want to be there and give her a big fat freaking hug. So anyway, Joanne in chat, who was a winner at Dee Dee's this morning, is so generous and so kind to both Dee Dee and to me. She sent me a whole envelope of Happy Mail. Chickens! And Joanne, just heads up, I am going to share some of these with someone who happens to be in chat right now. So thank you, Angie. Thank you for that little prayer. I appreciate it. You are a winner. Hi, Ambient Landscape. So yeah, so check out the conspiracy chickens. When I get these, it's just like, oh, you got so many ideas. But look at these. And I know Dee Dee got the ones with the books. I'm pretty sure she did. But those are so good. And printing these off on the back of color book pages, Joanne, is brilliant. I'm glad you're conserving like that. And then we get into the UFO chickens. Look at the looks on that face. What the? Oh, crap. That's what he's saying. He's just like going, oh, crap. I might have to make some ATC cards. Did I punch the right buttons? That's the truth, Ange, and usually that's probably the most valuable thing you can do. Yeah, I love the Joanne chickens too. This guy's just having the time of his life. Damn, this is fun. Well, they told me it was going to be fun, but it ain't so fun. Paper is expensive. I agree. Yeah, the UFO chickens are funny. Like, oh, crap. Now I got to go change my pants. Wait for me. Oh my gosh. They remind me of Terry, actually. The expressions on their faces are freaking priceless. I do love his airplane. I love me a good black and white checkerboard. So I love them. Oh no! Or Mr. Bill! Are they not just priceless? So Joanne, I honestly I cannot thank you enough. They're so good. I love them. I love them so much. Doot, 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 doot. Beautiful day in the neighborhood. I will have to make a card of chicken in the plane for your brother. Yeah, I took flying lessons. So yeah, this would be me in my single engine prop plane. I said they are Terry spaces. They are. Yeah. We have been hanging out too long. And then she sent me some little extra monkeys, which I love those. And that is for the conspiracy journal. But some of those other ones will end up in the conspiracy journal too. And then these fish. Look at that tongue. Whoever does a really good job, I have to say. And then here's some more book ones, which is Dee Dee. Dee Dee, did you open that message I sent you on IG about the books talking to you at the bookstore? So many books, so little time. Mr. Limpet, yep. So yeah, so I'll be having fun with those. And I did already cut some out, and I'm gonna send some others out as well. So not naming names, just saying that I'm willing to share. I want to be a hoarder. Oh, you need to go look at it, Dee Dee. It's a reel that I sent you about books in the what it sounds like when books are talking to you in the bookstore. And then the only other thing I've worked on is Dee Dee said she'd shown this, and I mustn't something similar to this, but I saw it, I think, on Instagram or something. But anyway, so I had to try it. I loved him, Joanne. Thank you. I wish I could hug you around your neck too. But taking a color book page, and this is just out of one of those dollar store color books, and then I cut the shape and used ink pads to smear the ink around, and then just picked a few elements to highlight. I like the way this looks. I really do. So I'll probably be doing another one of those because I think they're very fun. And actually, the camera isn't showing the colors quite as bright as they appear on here. But yeah, and the thing that makes it look so cool is the shadow. It looks like it's sitting on top of it, and then the highlights. The highlights just make everything better. It looks like resin has been poured and is actually creating the colors. So this was fun. I enjoyed doing that. And I'm going to do another one. I've already got it picked out. Hi, Joyce. Hi, Joyce. I already said that. Let's read something quickly out of here. I don't remember. I never remember where I end up. Let's see if I can remember. Did I read about a belt, a brand of material used to encircle and support a round object? Most modern belts include a helpful series of holes punched out in them so that the farthermost holes are utilized over time. One may track one's own repulsive slide into utter fatness. Annually, following the American celebration of Thanksgiving, bulging midriffs are given a pass, and men are allowed to undo their belts and let their turkey-bloated stomachs spill from their unbuttoned trousers with pride as they watch more active and physically fit members of society play football on television. I don't wear a belt, so I don't know anything about that. I wear pants with elastic. Thank you for asking. Best, a word denoting something matchless, choice, without peer, extremely useful when lying. Gosh, future mother-in-law, that was the best meal I've ever eaten. Gosh, new boyfriend, that was the best sex I ever had. I didn't know it said that, but I'm not sad that I read it. Better, somewhere between good and best. Usually code speak for you suck a little less than you sucked before, but you have a long way to go before you are entirely without suckiness. Biased, what pissed off liberals call people they suspect might have a point. Bicycle, a pedal-driven, human-powered conveyance used by people who think they're making some kind of big statement about the environment just by riding one. Sure, they're all in better shape than you could ever hope to be, and okay, so sometimes they ride 10K marathons to raise money for leukemia research and everything, but what they don't know is that they look geeky in those helmets. So there. Keeks, again, thank you. You sent this book to the perfect person because I love every one of them. Total sarcasm. Oh, and if I didn't show the book, it's actually the Official Dictionary of Sarcasm. And there's a companion to this called the Official Dictionary of Snark. And I think Starla has the snark one. And when I finish the sarcasm one, I'm going to buy the snark one. So there. It is a great book. It's a great book. And then I was sitting around trying to figure out what I wanted to do today because I've been in this funk, you guys, and I'm not kidding. When I say I'm in a funk, I have been in a funk. Yesterday, grandson came with his wife and 9-year-old son. So we had a good day, went out and ate a good lunch and everything. So I had a good day yesterday, but I have to say I have been in the biggest funk. In a long time ago, excuse me, I don't remember when I did all this, but anyway, I found a book. Hang on, I'm trying to bring him over here. Called Draw Alphabets, okay? And I bought it at Hobby Lobby when they were having that huge sale. So however long ago that was, 3-4 years, I don't know. Don't ask me because I told my grandson my furnace was, or my air conditioner was 10 years old and it was 22 years old. So time, meaningless to me apparently, because I can't remember squat. But anyway, I bought this book and worked in it a lot. I worked in this a lot and created a whole journal. And so I had shown this and we drew out of it, and it is a fun book. And Terry is on my mind, I promise you. But anyway, Tina bought the book, and so she was texting me during Dee Dee's show, and she said, would you get out that monster book? She apparently had bought it as well. So I think I have drawn most of these. I don't know. I'm not sure why I have all these bookmarks in here. I don't know why. But yeah, I worked in this book a lot, and I had a ton of fun. So at Dee Dee's this morning, after she mentioned it, I went and looked for the book that I worked in, and I thought I could make the cover for this book because I intend to finish it. I really do. I want this journal finished. So this was Making Monsters. I haven't seen a date yet, so I don't. So I'll just flip through it real quick. I'll move the book and pull the camera down so you can kind of see the monsters. And I think I used the names out of the book. I think he had named each one of them. You have the book? But what my intent was for each of these was to give them a personality, an age, a date, if they were married, if they were single, and then write a small biography of each of the monsters. I love Erpdu. Erpdu is a good guy. Optodude. Kogar, and this is just in one of those really cheap half comp books. I probably got it from Dee Dee before I actually ordered my own. You do a page of monsters from the scavenger hunt 2 years ago? Cool. Thanks, Ellen. This one doesn't have a name. Okay, so the name stopped here, so I don't know. I need to get out the stencil and look up their names so I can go ahead and finish their stories. But I thought today we'll play in the monsters book. And I also have, and I don't remember if I ever did anything out of this book, but after I got the monster book, the same author, draw Alpha Toons and draw Wizards and Warriors, draw Awesome Aliens. Oh, maybe, see, I bookmarked them, you know, because I was looking forward to doing it, but something got in my way apparently. And drawing dragons. I'm not a huge dragon lover, but I suppose if you give them cute personalities and stuff like that. Oh, look, I have all their names and everything. And I have their, oh my gosh, I have all their jobs. Oh, now I'm going to have to go back. Let's go back. Let's start at the beginning. Okay, Zug, we decided Zug is a disc jockey. So I need to give Zug a console and maybe some vinyl and stuff like that, but he is a disc jockey. Fuig, guess what Fuig is? Fuig is an opera singer. Gerp, and I need to draw her a platter with some drinks on it because she is a cocktail waitress. See, I have a whole list. Snarg. Snarg is a Survivor winner. So he's wealthy. He got a lot of money. Xavier is a postal worker. He actually looks like a postal worker and probably has the same crappy personality as a postal worker. Updo is a donut sprinkler. So I could make all colorful things around him because you know he's dropping the sprinkles everywhere. Opto Dude is a haunted house designer. Kogar is a news anchor, and it looks like he has bad breath. I need to iron these pages. 18, let's see. This is Horace, and he's a hippo trainer. 20 is Skig. He's a physical therapist. He's going to make y'all better. This is Anthony. He is a career politician. I should have made you guys guess at him. Yeah, he is definitely a career politician. And he's a career politician in the United States government. Because they're all a bunch of snakes, backstabbers. They don't care about the American people. Every one of them is a swamp creature. Okay? Now, I'm done lecturing you for today. Warg is a dog surfing instructor. Sluggo is assistant to the queen. I drew this before the queen passed away, you guys. Oh, now I'm sad because the queen passed away. Quig is a driving instructor. Look at his hair. Jub Judd is a teddy bear surgeon. Chomper Bee is a paper towel sniffer. How the hell did I come up with these? Bitey is an unemployed dog catcher. Joe is an assistant to Anthony, who was, to refresh your memory, the swamp creature politician. This is Vlad. He's a paranormal tour guide. Plurg is the garbage police. You know, Joanne, I can't remember. I think a lot of them I did, and then I think a lot of them we might have done it on stream, because a lot of times I make you guys help me with stuff like that, so I don't remember, actually. I know a lot of them I had, but yeah. Page 42 is Krug. He's a kid's clothing designer. Skork is a gang member. They're both gang members, I guess. Twip, he's a DEA agent. He looks badass. Okay, CB is saying some I did on stream, so that wouldn't surprise me. Hi, April. Ferp, this guy, he's a cop. I need to draw a big old star on his chest, give him a badge. Number 50, he's Zick, and he's a cartel member, and these are all the cartel people down here. This is Carbog. He's a cannabis tester. So he needs like piles of donuts and chocolate bars and drinks. Yeah, the borders go with the monsters. Yeah. This is Grub. He's an axolotl herder. How did we think of that? This is Dundog. He's a graffiti remover. Oh, this poor man. This poor guy. He has to go. Oh. Durgal. He's a TSA agent, which is he's not getting paid right now, so he's actually at home looking for a job. Zork is a flypaper changer. Rat, I really got crazy with that name. Rat, he's a sewer inspector in DC. Girdle is a DEA agent. I think he's a duplicate I have written on here. That's okay. It's his twin brother. Nessie is swamp security. Slurg is a pavement sweeper. Perfect for the job. Hey, Judio. Thank you, Vale. Hi, Vale, by the way. Axolotl herder. Isn't that funny? All right. 70 is Blarg. He's a hole puncher on planners. What a disgusting job. I actually did a lot of that, so I know. This is Torque. He's a lingerie sales rep. What size bra you need, ma'am? Need me to get a tape measure? I'll help you. I can get you that bra fit right on you. If I do well here, I might get to go over and work at Victoria's Secret. This is Egard. He's a dentist. He also has terrible breath. Plug. He's a doorman at the Bunny Ranch. At the whorehouse. Zamulak. He's a space station plumber. Zergal. He's a vaccine administrator. Oh my God, I'm so funny, or you guys are so funny. This is Eagle. He's a trampoline tester. Raptor. He's a bubble blower. Fang. He's a cardboard box inspector. He looks an awful lot like a cardboard box, doesn't he? Skig. He's a chicken plucker. Oh my God, I needed to laugh so bad. This is Oozle. He's a slime tester. This is Zargon. He's parking enforcement, which, oh my God, in cities, if you have to deal with meter maids and parking enforcement, bam, you want to just punch them right in the face because they always are there when you're getting right to your car. I was just coming out to put more money in the meter. Too late. Sucks to be you. This is Horton. He's the Easter Bunny's assistant. Hey, he's going to be working this weekend. You can pee your pants. I hear you, Vale. 96 is Zeep. He is CEO of Spaceships Are Us. He's cute as hell. Rootbug. He's a doorstop designer. They look like what they are. Oh my God. This is Dr. Z. Boing. He's an Astrodome light bulb installer. Shriek or Squeak is a masseuse. Here, I'm here to do your massage. You take off your clothes. Put yourself in this white towel. You're going to need it to soak up the blood when I'm done with you. Vormulac, he's a fun club organizer. He takes care of your kids. And that's as far as I got. Well, you guys need to help me with some more. Unless I've got more back here. I doubt it. Look at this. All my journals end up like this with crap hanging out of them. Let's see if I have any more. I might have notes in here. I don't know. Just looking through my notes here because literally I have not seen this journal in a long time. One of them is, I don't know which one, is a personal trainer to the stars. Mistaken for Sasquatch as a young teen. Zog enrolled in bodybuilding for self-protection. Small children and seniors DNA. What the hell? Okay, here's the list of jobs. We don't have a Walmart greeter yet. We don't have a mortician. Oh, hell, we need that. One of them does airplane repossession. You know what? There are probably people who actually do this in real life, right? Well, if I had my dream job, I'd probably be a tester at the Hostess factory. That would be my dream job. So yeah, I'll hang on to these notes, but yeah, I could probably clean them up a little bit if you think about it. We did have a cannabis tester, didn't we? We need a nose picker. Angie, look at Angie over there thinking like a accolade of mine. Okay, let's get out a piece of paper so I can write this down. Oh, I have a piece of paper right here. Okay, so if you have all right, here. Here, I wrote down nose picker. And I'll attribute that to Angie. And we need a pallbearer. That is Belinda. A wedgie picker. You know what would be better than a wedgie picker is a wedgie installer. That's Vale. Carpet licker. Oh my God, this is so fun. CB, we have roadside trash collectors. We call them prisoners. Is Malibu still curled up? Yeah, Malibu got the best chair in the word. I'm writing it down. Roadside trash collector. Do your states use prisoners to clean up the side of your roads? We do in Oklahoma. All right. Let's read some of the other ones. We've got the opera singer, ballpark beer vendor, a coach, a pin setter at a bowling alley, a Twinkie tester. That's my job. Podiatrist. How come nobody said proctologist? Huh? You don't want to get dirty, nasty? Okay. An out-of-control teacher, a news broadcaster, a camp counselor. Okay, we did the donut sprinkle, a constable in the Danish Navy, a nail polish namer, a pilot. We did the UFO pilot, I think. A bellhop, a lobster shell inserter, antenna doctor, We did the physical therapist, air hose tester, FBI profiler, podcaster, mortician, test tube cleaner, fun club organizer, toilet up close, toilet inspector, an FBI agent, a newsreader editor, a tickle monster, a subway butt pincher. I can't believe I hadn't used that one yet. A man part looker. Angie, I'm going to give you that job. Okay, we're going to call it man part inspector. Angie. Let's not do food inspector. Let's do food bacteria inspector. Because you know how icky your food is. You know it is. You just can't think about it. You just have to, yeah. Dog walker. Hi, Joe Lou. All right, let's see. A tickle monster. I already said subway butt pincher, a Walmart greeter, toothpaste tester, and that's as far as we got. These must have been the ones I did on stream, and then now these. So yeah. Airplane repossessor, crime scene cleaner, toll booth operator, video game tester. Yeah, see, these were all I think ones I did. Let's look here. A singing fudge maker, a scorpion. I don't know why I'm coughing again. Scorpion sweeper, and they have to work in Arizona. During your cough, yeah, that's what he said. Hot tub technician. Comet grader, Florida, determines value of comet and related collectibles. A hypnotist assistant, a psychic, a snake oil salesman, an herbalist, a safecracker, pothole inspector, popcorn butter analyst. Now that would be a fun job. Mayor of, and then make up a name. A salute officer. Is that what that is? I can't read my own writing. NASA, Houston, we got a problem technician. All right. So I do have more. But I don't have names for these people. Hang on. Oh, and I have to finish that page. Well, we'll finish that today. Okay, there's a few pages here I have to finish. We can do that. That's what we'll do. So yeah, I've got to get these guys' names, and I've got to give them jobs. And okay, apparently they have names. Let's see. This guy's name is Spurk. This guy's name is Greeley. All right, so I just haven't done a movie trailer voiceover. And you know, a lot of these jobs you guys are saying, there are people who actually do this. A glue taster, there you go. Glue taster. That's what Jamie would say I am. Because he says when Jill and I sit here and do arts and crafts together that we're eating glue. Oh, a nudist colony coat check. That's funny. Nudist colony coat checker. Bet he is one bored dude. And I think that was Starla. I'm trying to attribute who gives me the names. Yeah, Dee Dee is definitely shaking her head going, She's bringing all of them down to her level. Snake charmer. They're never going to grow up. With any luck. You have 3 prisons in your town. Oh, wow. So, yeah, they use them. Yeah, I don't have a problem with it. A septic tank cleaner. And there are people who actually do that. I've used them. I've only had to use them one time when I very first moved in. So. And yes, he had on jeans that showed his butt crack, in case you're wondering. Just saying. All right. A bug catcher. Sorry if this is boring. Glue sniffer, yeah. In case you're wondering, Weary Art glue doesn't taste good, I'm sorry you have to know that, Brenda. Hey, Tina, this is all on you, girl. All on you. But you missed the best part. That's where we went through and said what their names and occupations were. This is Squirg Alien. Oh, he's out of the Alien book. This is Wiggle. Skark. He's going to be a lifeguard. Some of them I've already assigned titles to. This is Derb. This is Schmeep. Don't know what he's going to be, but whatever it is, it better be scary as hell. You just woke up? I'm glad you got a little nap in. A butt crack plumber. You guys get the butts on things. I like that. Yesterday, grandson was here and he brought his son. So great-grandson was here. And I don't know, but he asked me something about, you draw, don't you? And I said, yeah, I draw a lot. And he said, can I see what you draw? So I came in the house and I got my Inktober of Stinktober. And I have 2 books of Inktober. He thought butts on things was the funniest thing in the world. So he wants to come over and stream with me someday so that we can draw butts on things together. So today he had a dentist appointment or something, so he couldn't come today. He doesn't go to school on Mondays. They have 4-day school where he's from. And so Haven is going to bring him so that he can stream with me and we can draw butts on things together. And I ended up just showing him my Instagram. But yeah, he totally dug butts on things, butts on everything. This is Veep. This is Charlie. So we just need to assign these guys. All right, this one, his name is Harry. And he's a straight link inspector. I don't even know what that is. But look at his border, looks like a ruler. Name Percival and Doorbell. I think we've got names for all of them, but we could draw more. This is Smurg. Now I have notes here. Working harder than an ugly or flat-chested stripper. I think we wanted him to be an IRS agent. Bikini inspector pervert. This is Dorp. He's a belly button lint collector. Or a dental floss. Yeah, dental floss tester. And Wyatt. Serial killer. Sketch artist. His name's Rock. He's a psychic or a pet supply rep. My brother's name was Rock. I didn't spell it that way. But he actually did sell pet supplies. He was a pet supply distributor. Voimilak. He's a fun club organizer. Okay, and we knew masseuse. So, yeah, a lot of them I have names for, and even some. That was Charlie. This is Veep. Schmeep. Derb. Skark. Zwizzle. Stripper pole tester. Yeah, there's so many. Squirg. Skink. His name's Greeley. He's got to be a bug taster. All right, let's get the... I'll show you how I use the... I don't even know if you can get them anymore, but I have a set of Prismacolor art sticks. Okay, keep your ideas. Well, I can always come back to the stream and write these. Vale, you need to do your own monster book, it seems to me. Zizzle looks like a creeper peeper. None of them look like you'd want to take them home to mom. And see, I would have brought him home to mom just to piss mom off. That's what kind of child I was. Hey, mom, look what I found. Can you stay for dinner?
You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Hang on just a second. These all start with a letter or a number, correct? Yeah, do you want me to draw one before I do these backgrounds? Let's pick one and draw one. So people who are new and haven't seen the monsters before. What do I need? I need a piece of paper. I'll grab a piece of paper. I have extra paper in the back of my old Beast, so I'll just use some of them. That's one sheet. I love this paper out of the Beast. Splurk should be, okay, remember that, so when I get back to it, I can write it down. All right, where's the Alpha Monsters? Maybe I'll start another journal out of the Alpha Tunes. All right, let me pick a... they do still sell the color sticks. Yeah, see, they're just sticks of nothing but the pigment. And I've had these for years and years and years. And if you want to do big backgrounds or something like that, these are the best. And these were built back when I think Prismacolor was probably owned by Eagle, if I had to guess. Back when their product was really premium. And it still is. It still is. They're made in the USA. Okay, it's when Prismacolor was owned by Sanford. So, yeah. I didn't know if you could still get them. If you could get them in bigger packs, I would buy a bigger pack of them. I really like them that much. Yeah, like you can't sharpen them to a point. So that's why they're good for big areas. Something like that. Yeah, so I'll flip through the book. If you see one you want me to draw, holler. And some of these, you know, like plants and stuff, I should just go ahead and add to the pages that I've already drawn, huh? Include some more. Mortimer. There's Anthony. Bad Bill. Dave the Swamp Creature. Okay, so I did change the names of some of them, apparently. Did I say hi, Asa? I'm getting warm. And I have no air conditioning. Yeah, so I'll draw one so you guys can see literally how easy it is to draw these. Anybody can do it. Let's do Opto because he's cute. Get out your daily journal or whatever, and we'll draw Opto. I'm not even sure why I have Opto bookmarked, but let's go because it's easy peasy. I always start with a pencil because no matter how simple it is, you're going to make a mistake. Yeah, I know, Tina. No AC. Ah, my life. My life. Start out with a very cool circle. I'll pull you guys down. I did talk to my brother and grandson. They're working together to find out what I need. I think they're going to order it today. It should be in tomorrow. So I'm looking at hopefully Wednesday at the latest that I will have air conditioning. Okay. Are you caught up with me yet? You caught up? There you go. You got yourself a monster named Opto. And you guys, literally, that's how easy they all are. They give you step-by-step instructions what to draw, and you could stop at any time, make corrections. So, yeah, don't be intimidated. And the author of the book is Steve Harpster, and I've bought quite a few of his books. He makes drawing very simple. So anybody who says, I can't draw, I promise you, if you can write an M and draw a few lines, you can draw this. Hi, Carol. So yeah, don't be intimidated. And if you are one of those people who sit around and say, I can't draw, well, get yourself something like this where there's nothing on earth that looks like that. Okay. So there is no correct or wrong way to do this. Your monster ends up being your monster because if you don't want to add his teeth, make him toothless. Who cares? But you'll build your own confidence when you create something that resembles something, at least in the book. You're not going to find that in real life. Hate to burst your bubble, girls, but yeah, you're not going to find that in real life. So, but yeah, just look at how easy it is to draw something starting with an L. And I think that's another thing about drawing is a lot of times you don't know where to start. Well, something like this gives you a starting place. If you can just start and make that first mark, you're on your way. So make yourself do it. See, this one's a lot more complicated, but he still starts with a K. And if it looks too rigid or whatever, change it up. Who cares? This guy's so cute. Jub Jub. I think there is a link. I think she did put in a link, but look up all his books because if you don't like monsters, He's also got, and I'll show it next. I'll show you the Alpha Beasts. But yeah, they're all very cute. They're all very fun. You can make up a story. If you have grandkids, you can sit down and draw them with your grandkids. And in fact, this probably is something I will do with Kyler when he comes. He loves coming here. And I can't say that I blame him, because who wouldn't want to hang out with me? Duh. So yeah, that's the Alpha Beast. And I have I only paid $3.74 for the book. So I feel like I have more than gotten my money's worth out of that. The Alpha Toons, these are much more fun creatures. So look at Cat. Cat, thank you. And hugs around your neck. So yeah, I mean, you know, you're sitting there thinking, I'm a grandmother. I'm an old woman. Doesn't mean you can't have fun and that cartoons can't be fun. So it looks very childish, but honestly, if you would just do stuff like this, you will improve your skills. It's only $4.41 on Amazon. Yeah. So yeah, so if you like a nervous rhino, and see, it's fun. Like, what would his name be? He looks very nervous. He looks afraid. Vincent Van Goofball, Harry the Horse. But it's fun to make up your own names. And then when you build up your skills, pretty soon, if you just sat and to whatever ability you can, good, bad, doesn't matter, try and recreate this whole page where you're actually creating perspective by drawing the fence behind the characters, giving it a foreground. And if you need to build perspective, you know, if everything you did was smaller, you know, you could do a single point perspective and stuff like that. So yeah, see, they're very reasonably priced. He has a bunch of books and they're all about drawing and they're designed for kids, but you know, some kids aren't going to be able to do that. But look at Quentin the dog. Look at how cute he is. So if you have a diary or you keep a calendar or something like that, just draw in that. Just, I'm going to sit down and practice drawing Quentin the dog. Referee Fred. So yeah, and I'm not here trying to sell you a book. I'm really not. All right, that one I must have drawn 21 October 22. Scary Larry. Here's Big Pig. So yeah. Hang on, just, you didn't go get her mail, did you? Oh, you don't have to. You just go collecting up mail. Yeah, I think you got, oh no, that's your mail. Okay, just set it down over there. I got fun stuff in the mail. Let me see what it is. You know what? Oh, I know what might be in that box. I'm going to open my mail because I think I got something really fun. It'll be a surprise if it is what I think it is. I did get a message that it had shipped, but that was like freaking weeks ago. Oh, no, that's not it. That's from Starla Arts. She's in chat right now. She's in chat. Oh, okay. I did order this. It sure took it long enough. Yeah, this box is from Starla. Hey, Starla, you want me to open your package? Too late. I'm not waiting for an answer. If it's something I shouldn't show, I just won't show it. Thank you, honey.
You're welcome. It's got my name on it, but I'm going to lay.
Yeah, just leave it for me. Probably too important to leave to boys. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
It's a rubber bomb.
Oh my God, Starla. That's some Starla art, original art. Honey, will you take this box out with you when you go? my daughter Orion and I saw this adorable pillow at Hobby Lobby. I'm sure that you don't need any more stuff, but Orion thought it might make you smile. We hope you enjoy it. Aw. Tell Orion, thank you, Starla. Everybody's saying, hi, Robert, get out of my stuff.
Okay.
They're telling you, drop that stuff and run for your life. I'm telling you.
Well, it was all mixed up.
I know.
Yeah,
It's all right.
Robert Long.
Anyway, Starla, that is so cute.
Robert Long.
I love your background, your splatter, your scribbles. How cute. Okay, you got to wait for it. Wait for it. I got to pull the camera out. Butts on things. With a chicken. Honestly, tell Orion, I absolutely love her. How does she know me so well, Starla? Hi, Keeks. Butts on things, and they're soft butts on things. Oh my God. Conspiracies about pig butts and cow butts. Oh, Starla, thank you. Actually, this will go on my couch where I sit because I've actually ruined the pillow that has been there for a couple of years. My fat butt has just, what's up, chicken butt? You have to go to Hobby Lobby to get it, Tina. Or have awesome friends like Starla Arts.
You might as well open this.
Yeah, put it over there. I'll open it later. None of it's important, I promise you. When it comes pre-sorted first class, you don't have to pay any attention at all to it.
All right.
It even has a chicken butt. But you guys, anybody can draw Yogi. Look at that. I promise you. Anybody who says they can't draw, you're full of it. I promise you. You can draw Yogi. I love you guys so much. And you know what? It's funny because I have been in such a funk. I have been funky. I know I've been funky. Yeah, see, something like that. So weird how God does that. You know, you're all funky and then just the right thing happens at the right time. Tina suggesting that I do the book, and I've laughed so hard, and then Starla sends me presents, and then I get a much delayed package of stuff. Hang on, I'm going to put this aside for just a minute because I didn't even know I was going to be funky, but I got an envelope of snark. I don't burn bridges. I just loosen the bolts a little bit each day. Surviving purely out of spite. It costs $0 to be petty, and I really love free. I didn't know when I ordered these if they were stuff I already had or if it was all new. Hi, Sharon. Have the day you deserve. That's enough todaying for today. Pretty sure I seized the wrong day. I run on coffee and sarcasm. That is so true. Danger. Mouth operates faster than brain. That is really true, too, because I open these. I have no idea if they're swear words. I don't know anything. Hey, K-Berg. So, yeah, we're just going with it. Tomorrow is not promised. Cuss them out today. I don't need your attitude. I brought my own. Nope, not today. If you're testing my waters, you better know how to swim. That is so true. Sleep deprived, but still alive. Horrible idea. What time? Not my problem. I'd agree with you, but then we'd probably both be wrong. Oh my God, look at, and this is what I just colored the other day. I could agree with you, but we'd both be wrong.
Just throw away.
Yeah, just put it out in the breezeway and I'll toss it later. Thank you. I'm holding it together mostly with duct tape and prayer, but it's together. Probably late for something. You stopped at Barnes & Noble when you were out today. Did you get that flow book? I can hardly wait to get mine. I can keep my mouth shut, but you can read the subtitles on my face. Today's mood, cranky with a touch of psycho. Well, aren't you just a fun little lollipop triple dipped in psycho? Just feed me tacos and tell me I'm pretty. I love these things. The first rule of Passive Aggressive Club is, you know what? Never mind. It's fine. I hate that too. It's fine. Everything's fine. If you don't, just tell me. You suck. And I'll go, okay, I knew that. What else? I design suck. Are you kidding? If you don't like me and still watch everything I do, you're a fan. Boss isn't a title, it's a state of mind. Another fine day ruined by adulthood. That's me when the air conditioner's broke. I was having such a good day. Now I have to call somebody. Controlling my tongue is no problem. It's my facial expressions that need the work. I'd rather be funny than pretty, but good thing I'm both. Y'all stay safe, though. One day, I was born. Then everything bothered me, and that brings us up to date. I'm not snarky. I'm just selectively polite. And Bossy's not bossy. She's just selectively aggressive. Or aggressively helpful. I'm a woman. Here my eyes roll. If only sarcasm burned calories. I have a coloring book page that says that. Busy doing nothing. I'm not snarky. I'm just selectively polite. So there's some duplicates in here. Being an adult is a bit out of my price range right now. My mouth has no filters unless you're a toddler or a priest. Bad vibes don't go with my outfit. A penny for your thoughts seems a bit pricey. For most people, that's true. Once I get an attitude, it takes me 3 to 5 business days to fix my face. Weird is a side effect of being awesome. Sometimes I just have to let God fix it. Because if I fix it, I'm going to jail. Admit it, life would be boring without me. I'm going to have that tattooed on Robert's face. Crazy? I prefer the term hilariously unstable. If my mouth doesn't say it, my face surely will. I'm allergic to stupidity. I break out in sarcasm. Why overthink when you can overdrink? I'm not a drinker, so that doesn't work for me. Being tired has become part of my personality. Now, this weekend, I would have absolutely said that. I'm just going to be tired forever. I know your lane sucks, but please stay in it. My clothes do not determine my consent. I don't want to sleep like a baby. I just want to sleep like my husband. That's true. Robert can go to sleep faster than anybody I know. I lay there and listen to podcasts, and he's over there just sleeping away like not a care in the world. Of course, he doesn't have a care in the world. I have all of our cares. That's okay. That's my job. So, yeah. So, if you want to give yourself a little pickup, they have snarky stickers on Amazon. And actually, in fact, this taught me something about Amazon. I used to be able to just buy these, it's like what, $3 or less worth of stickers, stick it in my cart, and it was just something fun to look forward to. Well, now they've got a section, it's called Haul Cart, Haul cart. And those little small priced objects, now and I read that they did it to compete with Temu and some of those Chinese warehouse websites, and it doesn't go through Amazon warehouse. It's third party, and it ships separately. And my other stuff came over a week ago, and this just now got here. So, and they're made in China. They're Temu, same stuff, but you could dry woofy. So yeah, you guys, you can draw all these things. Look at K-Keeks. Look. Take a screenshot. Girl, take a screenshot. Keeks like spiders. Look at, like, just that whole page of stuff. How fun is that? I actually think I want to draw that whole page of all the creatures together, like as a poster. Maybe I'll do that and give it to Kyler when he comes. Look at the frog. Anybody could draw that frog too. Turtle. And a lot of these I have dates on it, which means I probably have drawn them at some point. Probably. Well, this one says I do it in the Beast, October 1st. How do you take a screenshot? Well, it depends on the device you're on, Angie. If you're on a laptop, there's a key up on the function bar at the very top that says print screen. I should draw what? What do you want me to draw, Tina? Tell me what to draw, and I'll draw another one real quick. Look at Daisy. Daisy's cute. Yeah, and if you're on a phone, you'll have to look up your phone. Every phone's a little different. Here's a little kitty cat with a big head. That's Malibu when she saw Dee Dee's chair. Her head grew all big, and she said, look, she ordered me a chair, Oliver. Ha ha, sucker. Well, thank you, Bossy. I think I'm smart too, but I'm not. I never do stuff like that. The poster you showed, yeah, I am going to draw that. I am definitely, I bookmarked it for that reason. And look at Alfie, a little wiener dog. Take that, wiener dog. But see, another thing I would do is, and I need to remember stuff like this, because when I send you guys out Happy Mail, I always try to decorate the envelope with something, whether it's a stamp, whether it's a quick watercolor, something. I know I sent Devin something that said to deliver this to the goofball or something that lives here or something, you know. But yeah, I would just drop these on an envelope. Like I know Keeks likes spiders, so on her envelope I might draw that spider. If I know you like a turtle, I'll include a turtle. There's a conspiracy chicken that needs to go on everybody's envelope. I crack you up, Ellen. I just go through life. Well, you know what? I do try and be happy, you know, and laugh a lot, because life's too short to be a butthole. There you go. There's my life philosophy. Life's too short to be a butthole. You put the monkey in your scabby. Aw. So yeah, just think about the different, you know, if you're sitting there thinking, what would I do with that? What, you know, well, one, you're getting practice drawing, and two, it might bring a smile to somebody's face, you know? No kidding. Third-party shipper takes longer. I look for sold by and shipped by Amazon. Yeah. Life's too short to be a butthole. I won't name anybody specifically. I love my butt pillow. So yeah, and there's another little turtle that looks like a monster. So yeah. And I'll flip through quickly. Got so much stuff out here now. And I haven't looked lately. I guess I need to drink something. I should have gotten something cold to drink, but I'm finishing up my crap old coffee. Okay, got a secret for you guys. If you're a Sam's Club member, heads up. In their dairy area, the refrigerated dairy area, they have sweet cream. It's called sweet cream, and it's more expensive than half and half. But I normally use half and half in my coffee, and I demand half and half in my coffee. If I don't have half and half for my coffee, I just soon not drink it. But anyway, so I thought, oh, sweet cream. That's what I have them put in my cold brew coffee at Sonic. And you guys, that makes it taste just like Sonic cold brew. This is Awesome Aliens. And I don't know what some of these I did put in the monster book. So yeah, a lot of those that you saw are going to be in this Aliens book. And then Wizards and Warriors. Now, I have not drawn much out of Wizards and Warriors, but if you have a grandson, Wizards and Warriors will be what you want to buy. Little boys love this stuff. But they're just cartoon characters. You could make a whole cartoon strip out of them. Now, you're not going to be able to sell it because you've copied some other artist's work, but for your own enjoyment or your grandkids or something like that, yeah, they're cheap. Drawing dragons with numbers. I know I drew a bunch of these. They look mean as hell, man. I need to look up and see if he says drawing cute little puppy dogs with numbers or letters. Yeah, so, yeah. All right, so anyway, what I was doing there's Opto. Did anybody draw along? You should. Where's my book? Now I've lost my book, you guys, my journal. What did I do with it? How can I lose something so fast? Because I had too much fun distractions. Pillows, snark stickers. There it is, right behind me. Okay, Angie, go have a great afternoon. All right, here I'm going to go ahead and do one of this backgrounds for you guys. All right, what kind of background do we want for him? The border, I'll go ahead and see how I've tried to match the colors with him. So the border's going to be blue. If I kind of had an idea of what his get to work, what his occupation was, that might determine what I did with his background, but we're just going to go ahead and color in the background. Girl, I lose stuff all the time. You lose my head. Well, you and me too, Keeks. I'm not kidding. But fortunately, I do go through and clean up, pretty frequently. So these are the colors that I'm going to choose from for the background. That border is going to be blue. I rarely use this like Tuscan red, sienna brown. I like the sienna brown. Yeah, I like tan and brown. Let's go with the sienna. And I broke that one. I can't believe I broke it. Ugh, what a dope I am. He says specialty glasses, like glasses for your face. Yeah, he would need to sell specialty glasses because he has 3 eyes. Specialty. Or he could be like an optician too. Optician? Is that ophthalmologist? Yeah, because he'd need like 3 lenses. All right, let's do his background. What color did I say? Sienna. But if you're going to do a background in a hurry, oh, all right, I do. I usually always have a piece of cardstock in between, so if there's bumps or something, I try and level it out. And you don't have to, the way I do it, you don't have to be precious. Well, you can go around being as precious as you want, but you don't have to worry about doing this in your book. And it's not like this book is going to go up for sale. Simply for my own enjoyment. And thank you for Tina for reminding me, because this was fun looking at the monster book again. And each of these colors in the art stick box are probably in the original 12 color Prismacolor. So you'll have the pencil that matches the art stick. Hi, Ruth. And other than sitting around whining about not having air conditioning, and just bumming over Terry, I haven't been doing too much. See, so I didn't have to be so precious and careful with this because I take some odorless mineral spirits and a cotton pad. I'm going to go get some water here in a minute. And I just cut the cotton pad. So I turn 1 into 4 because when I'm done with them, garbage. And those are just cellulose sponges in a little jar so that when I don't know if I showed it on camera, I just push it in there, get a little bit on the cotton pad, and then I can smooth out the wax. Well, actually what it does is dissolve the wax and pick it up and makes your background absolutely as smooth as if you used an alcohol marker on it. And I know a lot of people do this. You can blend with this, but I mostly use it like this. I use it for big areas. In the Beast, for the big areas, I use the Neocolor 2 and a baby wipe. You could do the same thing with Neocolor 2 and a baby wipe too. So, agreed, Tina. So, made that background real easy. And when it dries, what you can see through there will disappear. So, yeah. And I'm going to go ahead and do the border. Let me see which blue this is. This is violet blue. There's violet blue and indigo blue. I'm going to use the violet blue. And it doesn't take much. Just a light coat will smooth out and be awesome. And honestly, you can tell that I'm just not being that precious here. Ruth Terry's daughter passed away. Kirsty, she was 50. She hadn't been sick. She hadn't been having any issues. And Friday morning early, she passed. And I don't know any of the specifics, honestly, other than I know Terry is broken. Anybody who wants to send a card, I am going to try and put together some way that we can help her financially by Wednesday. And I would have probably already done it if I didn't have company and no air conditioning. So, yeah. So just say a prayer for her. Just keep her in your prayers. Give her strength to carry on because she said, I don't know if I can do this. So, and anybody who's been even remotely in her shoes gets it. You don't necessarily want sympathy, but you want the word out, and nothing you say or do is ever adequate enough. So, yeah. But she did want you guys to know. She did tell Dee Dee to go ahead and announce it. And she told me that anybody who wants, her address, that I'm free to give out her address. So if you want to send a card or something, send me a message on Instagram or my email. My email is in, I think, my about page or my community page or something. Yeah, send me an email or a message on IG and I will give you her address. Normally we wouldn't do that, and don't think that the rules have changed in the community that all of a sudden we're going to start giving out addresses. We're not. But in this instance, yeah, just to prevent the delay and everything, Terry gave us permission to do it. So, yeah. So you don't have to send it to Dee Dee or me. Normally, that's what we would do, is Dee Dee or I would collect them and then ship them on to her. But in this instance, she said, go ahead and give it out. And I'm not going to put it into chat, and I'm not going to put it in the video description or anything. You must contact me. Or Dee Dee. I'm going to give it to Dee Dee this afternoon. And since Dee Dee knows that Terry has given permission, I'm pretty sure Terry would do it. But really, give Dee Dee a break. You can just contact me. I know, Ruth. It's shock. And in this instance, I'm just using a pointy Q-tip. The thing about the pointy Q-tip and why I don't use it for the bigger background is it doesn't hold enough of the solvent to be as quick as that cotton swab. So, yeah. And while you're in the moment, take a minute and thank God for all the blessings you do have in your life, you know. I try and do it at least once daily, and hopefully most days I have multiple reasons. But if you only have one, that's good too. Hi, Terry Bauer. Thanks for enabling. Yeah, I'm a bad enabler. Bad enabler. Your neighbor took your laptop home. What'd you do? Break it, Dorothy? I'll come back, and now that I have the Languo pens, I can go over that with the gel pen. And oh, my foot's asleep. Hang on, I got to move my leg. Yeah. Yeah, I'll let the mineral spirits evaporate, and then I can come back and write on top of it. All right, in this case, the border's going to be green and yellow, or different shades of green. So what color do I want the background? Hey, sister. Whenever you come in, sister, I always want to start singing that song. Hey there, sister, on the radio, you know? It wouldn't do anything. Well, Dorothy, it might be time for a new one. What color goes good with green? I'm almost ready. Green and yellow. I'm almost ready to do it Parma Violet. Let's go with Parma Violet. Why not? Blue goes with everything. Let's do Parma. Parma. One of my favorite purples is the Parma purple. And I don't know what his name is Skelly, but I don't know what his job is going to be. I'll have to sit down and do that. I'm going to leave this out now, so I'm going to go ahead and start writing some bios on these people. And I'll try not to be too twisted when I'm doing it. I'm not making any promises, but I'm just saying I'll try not to be too twisted. How about that, sports fans? Because I'm just going to tell you flat out, some of these creatures look like perverts. But I will make myself behave. Maybe. Ain't that Mr. on the radio stereo? Yeah, Brenda, that's the song. That's what I said, and he thinks I only need a new HSRD drive. Fortunately, I had it backed up. Okay, Dorothy, it sounds like you got your stuff in order. And if your neighbor thinks it's fixable, well, good on him. But you know what? I was just telling Nathan this yesterday when we were talking. We were talking about the price of cars. He just bought a business and needed a work truck and blah, blah, blah. You know, young kids need everything. And I feel bad for him because everything is so damn expensive. but the cost of pickup trucks is unbelievable. And, you know, so we were just going over the options, you know, what he could do. And I was like, yeah, you could get a used truck. And, but he was telling me, because I haven't bought a new car in years and years and years. And I've always been that way. I've always kept my cars and driven them literally into the ground. Like, it's my Honda that I had, and I absolutely adored that car. But then Robert decided he wanted this diesel Volkswagen. And now it's, I mean, because I'm bad with time, if I didn't know the year of the car and you said, how many years have you had that car? I would have said, oh, 4 or 5. Well, in all truth, it is now, it's a 2014. So, yeah. Huh. All right, hang on. Somebody's at the door. Hang on. You guys, I'll be right back. Okay, neighbor forgot I was streaming. Your car's 20 years old? Yeah, so mine's 2014, 2024. Yeah, mine's 22 years old. Same age as my air conditioner that just crapped out. Anyway, and so young people I think are really funny too. And he said, yeah, but those old cars would get, you know, like more than 250,000 miles on them. These new cars, they say you might get 150,000. Now, I did not know that, did not realize that not only do you pay more, but they don't last as long. Is that true? And because I was trying to tell him, you know, like, buy a new, you know, if you buy a new one, plan on keeping it for 20 years or whatever, you know? No, I'm coloring with, these are Prismacolor art sticks. They're a lot like Inktense blocks. And then I'm dissolving them with mineral spirits, odorless mineral spirits. But yeah, I mean, if you're paying these exorbitant prices for cars, I couldn't believe what he was quoting me on these trucks. You know, they're more than my parents paid for their house. Appliances, same way. And he said, you know, they're designed to be disposable. And isn't that the truth? We live in such a disposable world that, you know, you think, well, I'll buy a dishwasher, it'll last 5 years, and then I'll just have to get another one. And that's what it got me thinking about this, is Dorothy's laptop. Laptops have gotten the same way. It's cheaper to buy a new one than to pay somebody a decent wage to fix it. They've just become disposable. And I did that with my last laptop. I was just like, well, laptop's having problems. In the past, I would have taken it into the shop in Grove and said, you know, can you find out what's wrong with my laptop? I didn't even think about doing that. I got on Amazon. I looked at, I looked at what was available, what was affordable, and they were all cheap as hell compared to my first computer. Yeah. Everything's disposable. They want you to buy a new car every 2 to 3 years. Well, see, for the price of them, that is just not realistic. If you're using it for business, that's one thing. But as a personal vehicle, that's ridiculous. People can't do that. It's nonsense. So anyway, do you guys come here to be lectured to? Because I tend to lecture a lot. You started smoking on startup, runs good and has good gas mileage. I put there 330,000 miles. See, my I can't remember what year my original Honda was. It was a little silver hatchback, and it had 500,000 miles on it when it was in a hailstorm in Denver. And so the insurance company totaled it. Well, I got into it with the insurance company over that car. And they really were not doing the right thing. They were wanting to give me the value of the car before or after the damage was done. And I said, no, you give me the value of the car that existed before the damage happened. That's what the car was worth, not now that it's a piece of crap. So we went round and round, and this adjuster, we had so much insurance claims in Denver from that hailstorm that they had brought in adjusters from all over the country. And this little chicken shit, sorry, that was my adjuster that I was fighting with, had come from Alabama. Not saying that people from Alabama are dumb, but this guy thought, and I know he thought it, that, oh, it's a woman. And see, my husband, the car was in my name. He didn't even know I had a husband. And so I know he thought, oh, I can get away with anything with this dumb broad. And I was adamant, and I had another car by then. I had bought my next Honda, and I called it my dress-up car, and it just sat in the garage. But I had a vehicle, so it wasn't like he had me there, that I was just dying for a vehicle. I wasn't. I already had my vehicle. Not to mention Jim had a vehicle, and Jim had a work car. So I had all the time in the world, but he's sitting in Denver away from home. So let's go at it, buddy. So I finally had the last conversation with him, and I said, you either give me the value before the damage was done, or I'm going to call the commissioner of insurance for the state of Colorado. And he was real ballsy and said, you just do what you need to do. And so I went to my office. It was around noon. I do remember that, because I went in and I called the state insurance guy, and I thought, oh, I'll have to leave a message. He's out to lunch. Well, lo and behold, the guy picked up the phone on the first ring. Like, he was sitting there waiting, and I'm sure he'd been busy because of all the damage in Colorado. And I told him, I said, this is what's happening. We're fighting over it. Who's right? Am I right? And I wasn't really going to complain about the company. I was just like, who's right? Am I right? Or is he right? And he said, you're right. I said, okay. He said, who's your insurance company? And I said, American Family was my insurance company back then. And he said, oh, oddly enough, the vice president's going to be in my office right after lunch. He said, do you mind if we call you back? I said, nope, here's my number, here's my name. I will sit right here by the phone until I hear from you. So lo and behold, about 30 minutes, an hour, who knows how long, not very long, he called me back. And the guy was sitting in his office, and I told him the story, what had happened. And I said, and I'm just adamant that I'm right, that the value of the car is without damage. It's not the salvage amount, okay? You can't pay me the salvage amount. It's the value of the car that I was driving this morning. And he said, no, you're absolutely correct. He said, well, Mrs. Young, what would it take to make you happy? I said, I want a check for the value of the car pre-damage, and I want to keep the car without paying salvage value. He said, you got it. He said, we'll have a courier run a check over to your office this afternoon. You can pick up the car anytime you'd like. I went, sweet. And, but yeah, like, insurance people suck. Well, ended up, the engine of the car was perfectly fine because it was all hail damage. And it was beat to hell. I did have to put a new windshield in it, obviously. But yeah, and I kept that car, and I used it for business. And Ross Martin paid me 33 cents a mile for every mile I drove that car. So from that day forward, that beat up little piece of crap Honda with 500,000 miles on it just made me money. I just sat there and churned 33 cents a mile for as long as I owned that car. And I kept it until I left Colorado. No, I'm really good at dealing with people. I knew I was right. I think that's the difference too. I wasn't doing it to be a smartass. The guy really thought, because I was a dumbass woman, that he could get away with it and that his boss would be patting him on the back, good job, you really screwed that woman over. And I was like, that ain't happening, dickwad. So yeah, don't be afraid to stand up for yourself, because if you think companies that when they're selling you something, oh my gosh, they have your best interest at heart, they're going to bend over backwards, they're going to do everything you need or want, put your faith in us until you need them. And then it's, could you turn around, bend over, please? So yeah, you are your own best advocate. And I don't care if you're dealing with cars, insurance, hospitals, you are your own best advocate. So, God, I am lecturing the hell out of you people today, and I don't even feel a little bit bad. But yeah, everybody's looking out for their own best interest. You bought a car in for an oil change. Guy told me he found holes in my brake line. I told him I recall stopping when I got here. You don't stop with holes in brake lines. Scammer picked on the wrong gal. There you go, Tina. Yep. And I think with cars especially, and maybe it's everything, I don't know. I think they think that women, one, either don't know that much about, say, a car or insurance or whatever, and are too timid to stand up for themselves. That's what I think they think, is, oh, they're just too timid. But yeah, I can't believe that they're looking at $100,000 cars as disposable. That's insane. Oh, I just thought of something else I'm going to put in the background here. I'm going to start working on this journal again. We're going to get the names, the jobs, and their little bios put together. Maybe by next week I'll have a cover drawn for it. This week, well, Thursday, we have to go to Joplin. Robert has his annual leukemia checkup. So there's that. And I'll go shopping that day as well. But otherwise, it's supposed to be a pretty chill week. I don't have too much going on. All right, let's see. Electric car batteries alone, you can buy a whole new gas car. Yeah, see, in those whole gas, I mean, and I don't have a problem with electric vehicles per se, But I think sometimes we let the cart get before the horse. If they were 100% reusable batteries, I'd be hands down. In fact, I probably would buy one because the way I drive, I don't need a car to take on long distance trips and stuff like that anymore. But what do we get? It's kind of like the wind turbines for energy production. We haven't figured out a plan of what we're going to do with these batteries or the chemicals that are put in them. So what, we're going to poison the rest of the earth? I don't know. I just think we haven't thought this whole thing out. You know, like, yeah, if it was a rechargeable, reusable, like a engine, and I know, but like even an engine, if you have to take your engine out of your car, they recycle that. They can absolutely recycle 100% of that engine. So, but a battery, they're not like that. So I don't know. I think we, in our zeal to buy into the climate change, and I don't care how you feel about that, doesn't matter to me one way or the other, but I think we still have to go about doing it responsibly. We are still stewards of the earth. Yeah. And if your battery goes bad, you're going to sink $10,000 into a car. Who knows? I don't know. I just think, let's think this stuff out, every aspect of it. But actually, the Volkswagen that I have is a diesel engine. And at the time that Robert bought it, because he bought it without even asking me, he just came up and he said, Saturday, we're going to go pick up a new car. I was like, what kind of car? Because I would have bought another Honda. He said, I bought one of those diesel TDIs. I was like, oh, my God. But I have to say, having an open mind and driving the car for now 22 years or however long. No, it's 12 years really. Yeah, it's a 2014. 12 years. I have to say, I really like that car. It gets incredible gas mileage. And it's not like your normal diesel. You know, most diesels, they're stinky and they ride rough and they're noisy. With the passenger vehicles, I have to say, they have, they stepped it up, man. You don't know you're driving a diesel. It's smooth, it's quiet, it doesn't stink. So all the preconceived ideas I had about diesel cars, they're gone. Gone, gone, gone. I like it. And the body style is like, it never looks dated. It doesn't look like an old piece of crap car. It's a good car. So if you've got a good older car, hang on to it, because apparently they're building them to be disposable now. Oops. Hang on just a second. Let me, I think Robert's looking for something. All right. Just wandering around. I'm going to use one of the paint pens that I buy and rarely use. I'm not sure they ever figured out what to do with those wind turbines. Well, right now, what they're doing with them, Tina, is digging entire fields up to bury them. You have a Toyota. Toyotas are like Hondas, Joanne. They're such excellent cars. Yeah, you'd be smart to use whatever money to keep that bad boy running, because they are Toyotas, Hondas. And my dad was so hacked off when I bought the Honda, something other than an American-made car, because he was, you buy American-made. But I wanted that Honda so bad, and never regretted it for a moment. I'm looking for a paint pen here that will match my art. All right, I think I probably can use this one, and I think it's got a real fine nib, which is what I want. I still wish Sharpie would come out with more colors in their paint pens. The problem is finding parts. Well, Joyce, I have done a fair amount of that online. You'd be surprised what you can find online. People who are literally making a living using or selling used parts or refurbishing parts. So, yeah. You have a Camry? Yeah, Camrys are great cars. If I hadn't bought the Honda and gotten so in love with Honda, I would have bought a Toyota Camry. My friend had one, and I loved that car. It looked good. It was just a cool looking car. Okay, this is what? The Artistro paint marker pen, extra fine point. Don't know how long I've had them, but I love them, and I don't use them near enough. So, yeah. So, we're going to do polka dots in the yellow. The very first car I ever wanted so bad, it was a friend in high school had gotten one of the early Hondas. I think it was the precursor to the Civic. And it looked like a little roller skate car. I'll put you guys down so you can see. You're too old. Well, there comes that day, Dorothy. You know, I'll get my day too, where they'll just say, "We're not giving you a license. Are you kidding? You're crazy." But nowadays we have Uber. In fact, I said that to Nathan yesterday. If I ever have to get rid of my car, I'm just going to Uber everywhere. I'm not going to buy another car. I don't like the maintenance. I don't like insurance. I don't like anything about it. I'll just Uber everywhere. Of course, I live out in the middle of nowhere. Oh, hang on. An idiot is attempting Okay, sorry, you guys. I had to take that phone call. It was about my air conditioner. And as much as I love you, I love Comfort more. So, yeah. No, I wasn't talking to the insurance man. I was talking to grandson. He's wants to order the equipment, and his company is very new, and he doesn't have, a huge amount of money in the bank. And so, yeah. So, no big deal. I'll just drive him up the money and we'll get it done. No big deal. But yeah, and he had forgotten that I stream. So, yeah. Not that big a deal. It's all good. Sorry. I know he's busy. He works, like he has a real life out there, believe it or not. I know that's hard to believe, but yeah. Talking to the insurance man. Okay, so let's look here. And I'm sorry my camera got all goofed up and I had no clue about it. I like this border a lot. Hi, Joan. And that's why I rejected your call, CB. I knew you were calling, but it was like, leave me alone. I have no idea. His name is Stinkor. I'm tempted to give him a pink background. What do you think about a pink background for Stinker? Yeah, I think I'll give him pink. Pink and purple, because he looks very manly man, right? So we're going to soften him up and give him pink. And I probably won't stay on much longer, which means I'll be driving up to Neosho probably tomorrow, which isn't a horrible drive. Hour and a half. Cost of doing business. Oops. I apparently had to repair that page. Cost of doing business in America. No big deal. He should be a fart smeller, you think? You could either be a fart smeller or a smart feller. But it doesn't look like we're going to have my air conditioning any sooner than Thursday. Ugh. Depending on how hot it's going to get, you know what I might do? I might just pack up some stuff and go get a hotel in Joplin, because we got to be there Thursday anyway. Just go hang out in a hotel. That's what a baby I am. Why is your glue stick so small? Right, Tina? I've wondered that forever. Why do you have such a puny little glue stick? Kat did get a link the other day for that giant glue stick. That was just so funny. Dee Dee and her enormous glue stick and tiny attacher. I actually am out of the purple ones that don't stick very well. I do use those for temporary glue. If I don't want something to stick permanently, just stick it on long enough for whatever. And so I always use those really, really cheap glue sticks for kids, and I'm out of them. Yeah, Dee Dee and her massive glue stick. So, yeah, I need to remember to get some kids' glue sticks. Leave your windows open night. Yeah, no, I do that, Tina. The weekend, it was really hard because there was so many people here. The Summer has started for the weekend people. I hate to say it, but it has. And there were a lot of people here, and it was noisy, and it was just like, I am not leaving these windows open. So, yeah. Probably what I ought to do is hop in the car. If I'm going to go as far as Joplin, I probably should jump in the car, go over to Branson, spend a couple nights in Branson. It's only 3 hours. 2 hours further than Joplin. No, I'll be fine. I'll just whine about it. And you know what? I'm okay with that because I need something to whine about. Can't even hardly see the patch on the page. Let's see. I did blue. I'm kind of thinking do the main part of the border purple and the leaves blue. I think that's what I'll do. Put the greens away. Cleaning up as I go, saving myself time and trouble later. Is that Parma? And the blue, I think I'll use Copenhagen blue. It's not the same blue, but I like Copenhagen blue. Or, yeah, do the lighter blue, I guess I could do. Yeah, it'll stand out. Man. See how indecisive I am? I think I'll use Copenhagen. I just like Copenhagen blue. Or blue with purple leaves. Yeah, see, that's what I was wondering, which I wanted. Probably, actually, blue with purple leaves wouldn't be bad. Let's see. Here is Copenhagen. It's not exactly the match, but we're not going to worry about it. Yeah, Copenhagen is, in my opinion, the prettiest blue. And the circles, I'm just going to color over them, and I'll come back in with a paint pen. And all right, Devin, I'm doing blue with purple leaves. And I'll color over the circles and come back in with a paint pen and get those. The purple won't, I can't do like I did the yellow where the green would cover it so nicely, so I've got to do this one a little bit more finicky. That's all right. I don't have nothing else to do for a few minutes. What did people do before air conditioning? I try and remind myself the other day when it was hot and I was pissed off. And I thought, you know what? My grandparents lived in Oklahoma and it is hot here. They lived here before there was air conditioning. And they were fine. But here I am having an attack because I have to go a couple nights without air conditioning. Are you kidding me? You need to get a grip, girl. I like my cush life, though. Just saying. Not going to apologize for liking my cush life. I'm not sure how these pages got as wrinkled as they did, but they're wrinkly, so Oh, and look at, I just did that. Idiot. Idiot. See how well it erases. Probably not well at all. It'll be all right. One little leaf in the whole book. Who cares? They used a massive block of ice and put a fan behind it. Well, yeah, I guess you could get a swamp cooler. I don't have one of those, but in Colorado, most of the houses, and I would imagine most of the houses still, especially where I grew up, did not have central heating and air. And my dad put an air conditioner in our house because he could not stand the heat. But it was only in the main area. The bedrooms weren't air conditioned. But we didn't have the heat like the humid heat in Oklahoma. Most houses bought a swamp cooler and stayed cool. Plus, another thing is most houses in Colorado had basements. So, yeah, on hot stretches, usually July or August, yeah, your basement was always plenty cool. But I'm not going to invest in a swamp cooler. We're going to suffer. I'm going to make us suffer. Should have told Nathan, put a mini split in my bedroom and don't worry about the rest of the house. Because mostly it's sleeping. I have to decide what color I want those circles there. Yeah, we didn't have air conditioning in schools. No way. You were 23 before you had air conditioning? Yeah, see. So you'd think I'm just so badly mistreated over here, but yeah. But we didn't have air conditioning in our schools or anything like that. And when I was in school, believe it or not, we had to wear dresses. So it wasn't like you could wear little shorts and a tank top or anything like that. No, we had dresses and probably long stockings, so. So it's not like I can't endure. I can endure. And today we're lucky. It's only like 60 degrees out, but 91 on Wednesday, I think. So be thinking about me Wednesday because I'll be whining. Even in college, you had to wear dresses. Yeah. I didn't have to wear dresses in college. We could wear whatever we wanted. But all the way through high school, we had a dress code. You couldn't just show up in shorts and a t-shirt. That was not happening. But we didn't have uniforms either. I mean, I wasn't a parochial school or anything like that. We just had a dress code. And it didn't kill your dumb ass to have some nice clothes to go look presentable at school. Yeah, it is hard to miss something that you're used to, We turn into spoiled brats. I don't know who I said. I'm an absolute spoiled brat. And I acknowledge it. I mean, I'm not going to apologize for it. Y'all did this to me. You went to Catholic school, you wore shorts under your dresses. You still have a phobia of nuns? I walked by the Catholic school to get to my public school. But most of the kids, well, I don't want to say most, but a lot of kids in my neighborhood, we only lived a half a block from the Catholic school. A lot of kids in my area did attend the Catholic school. And my best friend growing up went to the Catholic school. And I went to church with them more often than I went to my own church. But I never did any of the Catholic rituals. I didn't do communion or anything like that. And if I remember right, she didn't like the nuns either. But I'm pretty sure that her and her siblings behaved in school because their dad would not have put up with shenanigans. You did not want to hear from the school. My dad was the same way. You did not want the school calling your house. Focus, you freak. Well, I'm really glad to revisit this journal. And I don't know why I put it away. Well, I just blew it off and put it away. I think I had every intentions of coming back to it, but until Tina reminded me, I hadn't thought of it in forever. So thanks, Tina. Wonder if I want those dots white. You know what? Maybe I'll make them pink. Just tie the whole page together. Yellow, I think, was a good color for the border because yellow works with almost anything. Let's see if I have a Parma one. I'm happy you did too. I do too. I really like this journal. Isn't it funny how you forget stuff? I mean, I literally had not thought about this monster journal in forever. But now that I've got the books out, I think I'll go back and draw some monsters in the beast and see how smooth the colored pencil get. And I was just really slapping it down. I was taking no care at all. But when you smooth it out, and really this is odorless, so it's not like I'm sitting here breathing nasty fumes. I was coughing before that. Southern Middle Tennessee. Yeah, that's hot there. Hot, hot, hot. Are you down around Memphis? Memphis is exactly 6 hours from here. Driven there many, many, many times. It does. The odorless mineral spirits works really well, especially on something that you don't care about that much, you know. All right, I think I'm going to look for a pink paint pen just like this one. Memphis. Oh, that's right, West Tennessee. I was just thinking Southern. All right, let's see if I've got a good pink. This might be a good pink. So you're probably what? Over closer, I don't know. What's the biggest town near you? 3.5 hours east of Memphis. Okay, all right. I do like Tennessee. Come on. Start puking out some paint. Still snow on the ground, Joanne? Oh my gosh. I've heard of nuns using a ruler on kids. Yeah, I've always heard that was not really that uncommon. But, okay, in all fairness, we could get paddled in school. Okay, take it easy, Tina. I think they've just quit paddling kids in school in the last, I don't know. Let's see, Joe. This pink pen is not working like it's supposed to. That's making me a little mad. Let me see if the Sharpie, if I've got a pink Sharpie one. I do. Let's try that one. It does not. The Sharpies don't have the ball in them. I don't know how they work as perfectly as they do, but yeah, we'll do that. We used to be able to get paddles at school. I don't think I ever did. And then, I don't know, probably some teachers got carried away, but now they don't let teachers or administrators paddle kids. I think they should be able to beat them till they bleed, but that's probably why I'm not in charge of schools. It's a different world than what I grew up in, that's for sure. Who knows when ACs will come on this year? Yesterday was 86, last Tuesday. See, Brenda, I was just saying that yesterday is less than just barely over a week ago. We were literally below freezing, and now we're going to have 91 on, let's see. Yeah, Thursday is going to be 91. Wednesday is 85. Today's not bad, and tomorrow's not going to be bad, but tomorrow's 72. So, you know, that's doable. But yeah, 91 in March, insanity, I say. So, okay, you guys, I'm going to probably call it a day. I'm at 2:30. Let's see how much more I have left to do in the book. Oh, I only have one more. All right, well, I'll get up and do it in the morning. I don't know why he got cut out. I honestly do not. I like that border that I did on him, though. I don't know why he got cut out. Don't know. So, hi, Ink Pulp. I'm getting ready to call it a day. I gotta get us some food around here. And I'm going to give this some more thought. We're going to revisit it next week. Can you tip him back in? I don't know. I'm going to look and see if maybe he was a duplicate. Did I draw the same thing twice? I don't know. Let's see. Well, actually, look at me. You guys, I am so anal. I upset myself. You've got 81 prompts. Oh, hurry up, Ink Pulp. Hurry up. All right, let's see. X. Okay. Yeah, I don't have him at least the same name. I have no clue why I would have cut him out. I suppose I can always tip him back in. But yeah, I don't know why he's back here, and I don't list him in the index back here. because I wrote all their names out, and then all I've got to do is put their page number on. Durgle was a duplicate. Durgle and Girdle is what I named them, and they're both duplicates. So let's look at page 58 and 64. Because obviously I had a brain fart. Now this guy is a TSA agent, 58 and 64. Okay, see, I did do him twice, once in blue, once in green, and he's a DEA agent. So I have no clue why he's back here in the back of the book. Did you make me mad? What happened? I don't know. Here is Janice IG's interview. Oh, put a butts on things. The original guy who draws butts on things name is Brian Cook. Follow him on Instagram. He does a fresh drawing every Friday, and he sells merch. And I bought his calendar and stuff like that. But yeah, here, let me quickly show you butts on things. They're all out of order because grandson was looking at them yesterday. He loved butts on things. And I've done it twice. I did butts on things in 2023 and butts on things in 2025. So yeah, and these are all based off of, I've resized them obviously, and my drawings aren't as good as his drawings, but they're all based on things that Brian Cook has drawn. But every Friday he does a fresh drawing live on camera. You know, like it's a video that you can watch him as he approaches it first with a pencil and then he inks it. And so yeah, this is butts on things. Sweet dreams. But yeah, Kyler got a kick out of these yesterday when I handed him the book, because he just said, I want to see something you've drawn. And so I handed him the book, and his eyes got real big, and he says, it's got a butt. So, yep, everything in there got a butt. Starla, thank you again so much. I love my pillow, and you know I'm going to think about you every time I look at that butt pillow. I'll show you guys that came in late. Starla sent me a new pillow for my front room. Butt on things. I think I started something here. Go take care, Starla. I'll text you here soon. And this one, you know, it's just a piece of lined paper. Put a butt on it. Butt on your alarm clock. So, yeah. And then all of them will be on my IG. All of my Inktovers. One year I did seed packets. I've done cartoons. I've done candy. I don't know. Just things I like. They're all vintage. I like the vintage toys a lot. I love the butts on the grapes. So, yeah, just a lot of butts on things. And as usual, there's something in the back with notes or something on it, because that's what I do. So, yeah. But go join IG, and you can see butts on freaking everything. And he loved this one. Butts on ice cream. Yep. And I cheated this week and ate ice cream. Butter. Now, why is this one got a bookmark on it? I never know why I bookmark things. Why don't I write a little note on there? Why did I bookmark that? That's so stupid. Butts on a battery. Try to finish it so you can get in the drawing, ink pulp. I like the screw. I think I did good on that. He liked this slot machine too. Your little butts on all the cherries down there. Our school winter coat was navy blue. My mother refused to buy a new coat when I grew out of that navy, so I had to go to school. It had been a very light green one. Imagine what. Oh, Dorothy, you've probably been scarred for life. Are you in therapy still for that? If you're not, you need to go get your dumb ass in therapy. I'd be in therapy for that. I promise you. Place where you put your butt has a butt on it. All right, you guys. I'm about ready to call it a day. Yeah. Figure out how to get some money up to Nathan so he can go get my parts. Yeah. Imagine what that felt like. I know, Dorothy, I'm feeling sorry for you. Poor, deprived, abused child, you. All right, you guys. Please, again, keep Terry in your prayers. If you want her address, send her some condolences or something. Get in touch with me. I'll be very mindful to be checking all my messages the next few days, so you're not waiting on me. By Wednesday, I'll have, I hope, something figured out where we can maybe help her out. Yeah. So, yeah. Be kind. Take care of each other. Yeah. My granddaughter will end up with another partially done journal. Oh, well, Brenda, who cares? All right, you guys, I'm out of here. Love you. Be kind. See you later. Bye.